My name is Ethan Johnson, a third-year student in the computer science department at Ocean University. If you ask me what the luckiest thing in my life was, I would answer without hesitation, getting the affection system. If you then asked me what the unluckiest thing in my life was, I would also answer without hesitation, getting the affection system. It all started 3 months ago. That day, I was, as usual, doing calculus problems in the library when a line of translucent blue text suddenly appeared before my eyes. Affection system activated successfully. Host, Ethan Johnson. Function, can view others' affection values toward the host. Numeric scale, 0 to 20 aversion, 21 to 40 unfamiliar, 41 to 60 favorability, 61 to 80 liking, 81 to 100 deep love. I thought I was hallucinating for my strain. I rubbed my eyes, but the line of text still hovered clearly in my vision. Even more bizarrely, when I looked at the classmate beside me who was buried in a book, a number actually appeared above his head. Mike Zhang favorability, 32. I couldn't help but look around. Above everyone's head a number was flashing. Most classmates have a favorability rating toward me between 30 and 40, which is normal. After all, we're just acquaintances. But when I looked toward Lily Anderson, not far away, I froze. Lily Anderson, the department beauty, has been my goddess whom I've secretly loved for a full 3 years. Her long hair flows, her features are delicate, and her smile is especially sweet. I had assumed her favorability toward me would be very low, since I'm just an unremarkable STEM nerd. But the number above her head was Lily Anderson affection, 67, 67. That means she not only likes me, she's already at the love level. I was so excited, I nearly jumped out of my chair. 3 years. I had a crush on her for a full 3 years and never dared to confess, always afraid of being rejected. I never expected that she liked me too. That night, I was so excited I couldn't sleep at all. Early the next morning, I ran to wait under Lily Anderson's dormitory. Lily, I saw her figure from afar and immediately went up to her. Ethan, Lily Anderson seemed a little surprised. What brings you to look for me so early? I took a deep breath and mustered the courage to say, I have something I want to tell you. What is it? I like you. Lily Anderson was stunned for a few seconds, then revealed that familiar sweet smile of hers. Ethan, thank you for liking me. I was just about to excitedly say I was willing to do anything for her when she suddenly changed the subject. But I don't want to date right now. Can we just be friends first? I glanced at the number above her head. It was still 67, which meant she really did like me. It's okay. I can wait for you, I answered without hesitation. Lily Anderson smiled even sweeter. Then I'll trouble you. I've been having some difficulties recently. What kind of difficulties? I'll definitely help you solve them. It's like this. I want to learn programming, but my foundations are too weak. Could you give me some tutoring? Of course. I was practically over the moon. Isn't this the perfect chance to get closer? And so, I began the days of tutoring Lily Anderson in programming. Every evening from 7-9, I would appear in the study room on time and patiently explain various programming concepts to her. At first, everything went smoothly. Lily Anderson listened very attentively and would ask me all kinds of questions. I felt our relationship growing closer. But a month later, I noticed some strange things. First is Lily Anderson's rate of progress. By rights, with my teaching level and her intelligence, she should have at least grasped basic grammar after a month. But she still can't write the simplest loop statements. What's stranger is that she's always distracted in class, either secretly looking at her phone or staring out the window in a daze. Once I couldn't help asking her, Lily, are you not interested in programming? She hurriedly shook her head. No, I am very interested. It's just a bit difficult. I need to spend more time digesting it. I glanced at the number above her head. Lily Anderson favorability, 65. Although it had dropped by 2 points from before, it was still within the like range. I comforted myself that maybe she was just under a lot of academic pressure, and that's why she seemed absent-minded. It wasn't until that night that I discovered the truth. Chapter 2 that day, I arrived early at the study room, wanting to prepare some practice problems for Lily Anderson. I had barely sat down when I heard someone push the door open. I looked up and saw Lily Anderson walk in with a boy. I knew that boy, Ryan Smith, from the economics department. His family is very rich. He drives a Porsche to school. Ethan, you're really early. Lily Anderson saw me, and her expression was a bit awkward. Lily, who is this? I looked at Ryan Smith. I'm Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith held out his hand. Lily said you're tutoring her in programming. Thank you for taking the trouble. I shook his hand. feeling an inexplicable awkwardness. Ryan wanted to learn programming too, so I invited him along. "You don't mind, do you?" Lily Anderson asked. Of course I minded. I finally had a chance to be alone, and it was ruined. But I couldn't show it, so I just nodded. "I don't mind. More people make for a better study atmosphere." During the following tutoring sessions, I clearly sensed a change. Lily Anderson's attention was almost entirely on Ryan Smith. When I was teaching, she would either be whispering to Ryan Smith or passing him notes. And although Ryan Smith appeared to be listening attentively, I could tell he had no real interest in programming. He was mostly using the opportunity to get closer to Lily Anderson. I sneaked a look at the numbers above their heads. Lily Anderson affection, 63. Ryan Smith affection, 15. Lily Anderson's affection for me had dropped again, while Ryan Smith clearly didn't like me much. But what bothered me more was when I watched Ryan Smith look at Lily Anderson. That was definitely the look of someone in love. After class, Lily Anderson and Ryan Smith left the study room together. While I was packing my bag, I accidentally overheard their conversation in the hallway. "Lily, tomorrow's the weekend. Do you want to go see a movie together?" "Fine, but I promised Ethan I'd be for him tomorrow." "Then let him Zhongli Bi himself. He's so smart, it'll be fine." "Isn't that a bit not right? What's wrong with it? You're not his girlfriend. You have no obligation to do those things for him." My heart sank. From Ryan Smith's words, I heard some unusual information. He seemed to know that Lily Anderson had no romantic feelings for me, and even hinted that she shouldn't be too good to me. Could it be that Lily Anderson's kindness toward me wasn't the kind of affection I had imagined? I remember the meaning of the values in the system description. 61 to 80 means liking. But liking comes in many forms: the fondness between friends, appreciation for someone useful, and romantic liking between a man and a woman. Maybe Lily Anderson's favor toward me was only because I could help tutor her? Once that thought surfaced, I couldn't stop thinking about it. After returning to the dorm, I lay on the bed tossing and turning, unable to sleep. My roommate, David Wong, seeing me like that, couldn't help but ask, "Ethan, what's wrong?" Heartbroken. "No," I answered sullenly. "Then is it that the person you have a crush on is ignoring you?" I said nothing, which was taken as consent. David Wong was very direct. He sat up and said, "Ethan, I've been meaning to tell you, don't waste your time on Lily Anderson." "Why?" "Because she doesn't like your type at all," David Wong said bluntly. "She likes wealthy, handsome guys like Ryan Smith." "How do you know? Please, isn't it obvious?" David Wong rolled his eyes. "What kind of person is Lily Anderson?" "Campus beauty, well-off family, pretty, with a long line of suitors." "Do you think she'd go for an ordinary engineering nerd like you?" "But she asked me to tutor her." "Wake up, brother. That's using you, not liking you." David Wong's words were painful but realistic. She needs to learn programming, and you happen to know it, so she uses your goodwill to get what she wants. Once she learns it or no longer needs you, do you think she'll pay you any attention? I wanted to argue back, but couldn't find any strong evidence. Thinking carefully about the past month or so of getting along, Lily Anderson really has never shown any sign of romantic feelings toward me. When she talks with me, the subject is always studying and never touches on her private life. She has also never taken the initiative to ask me out. It's always been me chasing her to set a time. She had never even stayed alone with me. She always invited other classmates, especially recently Ryan Smith. "David, then what do you think I should do?" I asked with a bitter smile. "Simple. Stop tutoring her and see if she still reaches out to you." I thought David Wong made a good point and decided to give it a try. The next day, I didn't contact Lily Anderson first, nor did I wait for her in the study room. As a result, she didn't contact me the entire day. The third day was the same. Not until the fourth night did she finally send me a text message. "Ethan, why didn't you come today? Ryan and I waited for you a long time." I stared at the text message, feeling a swirl of emotions. She actually waited with Ryan Smith for me? That meant, in her mind, I was just a tutor. She and Ryan Smith were the pair. I didn't reply to that text message. Chapter 3, over the next few days, Lily Anderson sent a few more messages, all asking why I hadn't gone to tutoring. I didn't reply to a single one. Finally, on the 7th day, she called me. "Ethan, what's wrong with you? Why have you been ignoring me these past few days?" "Nothing much, just a bit busy." I replied lightly. "Busy with what? Is it more important than tutoring me?" Her tone sounded a bit impatient, which made me even more certain of my judgment. "Lily, I want to ask you something." I took a deep breath. What exactly do you feel about me? There was silence on the other end of the line for a few seconds. Then Lily Anderson said, Ethan, you're a very good person, and I'm grateful for the help you've given me recently. That's not what I meant. I pressed on. I mean, have you ever thought about dating me? Silence again. Ethan, I think the way things are between us now is pretty good, don't you? This is a standard refusal. I gave a wry smile. I understand. Will you still come tutor me tomorrow? My exam is coming up soon. No, I'm really very busy lately. What about after the exam? We'll talk about it later. After hanging up, I glanced at the number above Lily Anderson's head. Lily Anderson affection, 58. As expected, once I stopped helping her, her affection for me immediately dropped. Dropped from 67 to 58, falling out of the like range and into the favorable impression interval. This shows that her liking for me was indeed only because I had utilitarian value. I felt an unprecedented sense of frustration. Not because I was rejected, but because I realized I had been living in self-deception all along. My roommate, David Wong, seeing me like that, patted my shoulder. Bro, lighten up. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Why hang yourself on one tree? But I really like her. What do you like about her? Her face. David Wong said bluntly. Ethan, what you like is only her appearance. You don't really know who she is. I wanted to argue, but found I really couldn't say what other merits Lily Anderson had besides being pretty. My understanding of her is limited to that she is the department beauty, has good grades, and seems to have a gentle personality. As for her hobbies, life goals, and values, I know nothing at all. And think about it. Would a girl who truly likes you have you tutor her for free for so long? David Wong continued. Would she, right after you confess, immediately introduce other guys to join the tutoring? I fell silent. David Wong was right. If Lily Anderson really had feelings for me, her behavior was indeed very strange. Just as I was lost in my random thoughts, there was a knock at the door. Ethan, are you there? It was a girl's voice, sounding somewhat familiar. I opened the door and saw the girl next door, Sophia Taylor. Sophia Taylor lives next door to my family. We grew up together and are childhood sweethearts of sorts. She's a year younger than me and is a sophomore in the foreign languages department at our school. Sophia, what are you doing here? I asked, somewhat surprised. Sophia Taylor's face was a little flushed, and she was holding a thermos lunchbox. My mom told me to bring you some soup. She said you haven't been looking well lately. I glanced at the number above her head. Sophia Taylor affection, 78, 78. This number shocked me. Sophia Taylor's favorability toward me was as high as 78, already at an advanced-like level, approaching deep love. But I had never noticed this. In my mind, Sophia Taylor was just a girl next door. We grew up together and were very close, but I never thought of her in a romantic way. Thank you, Auntie, and thank you too. I took the lunchbox. Want to come in and sit for a bit? No, I still have to go back and do my homework. Sophia Taylor shook her head, but her gaze lingered on my face for a few seconds. Ethan, have you been bothered by something lately? I was taken aback for a moment. Why do you ask? Because my mom said you've been coming home late these days, and you seem really down. Sophia Taylor's eyes showed concern. If there's anything going on, you can tell me. I may not be able to do much to help, but at least I can listen. Seeing her sincere expression, I suddenly felt a wave of warmth. All my life, Sophia Taylor has been like this, always quietly looking out for me, showing up when I needed her. When I was sick as a child, she would stay with me at home. When I did poorly on exam, she would comfort me. When I had a falling out with friends, she would help me analyze the reasons. But I had always taken all of this for granted and had never really thought about why she was so good to me. Now, seeing the number above her head, I suddenly understood. She liked me, and she had liked me for a very, very long time. Chapter 4, Sophia. I was about to say something, but she interrupted me. I know what you're thinking. Sophia Taylor's face flushed even more. Ethan G., I know you like Lily Anderson, and I won't interfere with you too. I was stunned. How do you know I like Lily Anderson? Because you've been coming home very late these past few months. I asked my mom, and she said you've been tutoring the campus belle. Sophia Taylor lowered her head. Also, you've seemed absent-minded lately. Only someone in love would be like that. I felt a pang of guilt. Sophia Taylor watched me so attentively, cared about me so much, and I had never noticed her feelings. Sophia, actually Lily Anderson and I. It's okay. Sophia Taylor looked up and smiled. Though the smile was a bit forced, I just want you to know that if you need someone to keep you company, I'm always here. After saying that, she turned and was about to leave. Wait, I called after her. Sophia Taylor turned back, hope in her eyes. You're right, I've been dealing with some troublesome things. I hesitated. If you have the time, could you keep me company and talk? Sophia Taylor's eyes immediately lit up. Of course. We went down to the garden and sat on a bench. The night breeze was light, carrying a faint scent of flowers. What do you want to talk about? Sophia Taylor asked. I thought for a moment and decided to tell the truth. Sophia, if one day you found out that someone you thought liked you was actually just using you, what would you do? Sophia Taylor was silent for a moment, then said, I will be sad, but I won't regret it. Why? Because liking someone is a happiness in itself, even if it's not reciprocated. Sophia Taylor looked into the distance. And if that person can get help from me, I will be happy too. Even if you're being used, is that okay? Ethan, bro, I think your understanding of the word use is a bit extreme. Sophia Taylor turned to look at me. If someone needs your help and you're able to help them, that in itself isn't a bad thing. What really hurts is when she knows your feelings but deliberately gives you the wrong signals. I thought about it carefully and found that Sophia Taylor made a lot of sense. Lily Anderson didn't need help with programming, and I did have that ability. But her mistake was that, while fully aware I liked her, she deliberately acted ambiguously and gave me false expectations. What do you think I should do? I asked. That depends on what you truly want in your heart. Sophia Taylor said earnestly, if you really like her as a person, then keep pursuing her, but be prepared to face rejection. If you're only dazzled by her looks, give it up early and go find someone who truly suits you. What kind of person would suit me? Sophia Taylor smiled. Someone who truly understands you, cares about you, and is willing to grow with you. I looked at Sophia Taylor and suddenly realized that she herself possessed all the qualities she had listed. She knows me because we grew up together. She cares about me. The soup from a moment ago was proof. She is willing to grow with me. She has quietly supported me from childhood to now. Sophia, may I ask you a question? What question? Do you like me? Sophia Taylor's face flushed instantly. She lowered her head and after a long moment said softly, Brother Ethan, why are you asking this? Because I want to know the answer. Sophia Taylor took a deep breath and looked up at me. I like you, have liked you since I was little. Her voice was soft, but in the quiet night, it was unusually clear. I looked at the number above her head. Sophia Taylor affection. 78, this number represents not just affection, but years of persistence and waiting. Why did you never tell me? I asked. Because I knew you saw me as a little sister, and I didn't want to ruin our relationship. Sophia Taylor's eyes were a bit moist. And I feel that being able to stay by your side is already very happy. It doesn't have to mean becoming lovers. I suddenly felt a pang of heartache. All these years, Sophia Taylor has quietly liked me, quietly stayed by my side, and never asked for anything in return. And I ignored her, instead chasing a girl who treated me like nothing more than a tool. Sofa, I'm sorry. I said sincerely. What are you apologizing for? Sophia Taylor said with a smile, shaking her head. You haven't done anything wrong. I was wrong. I looked at her seriously. I missed out on someone as wonderful as you. Sophia Taylor was stunned. Ethan, what do you mean? I stood up, walked over to her, and reached out my hand. Sophia, I want to get to know you again. Will you give me a chance? Sophia Taylor stared blankly at my outstretched hand, and after a long moment, she finally reacted. You, are you confessing to me? Yes. I nodded. Although I came a little late, I hope it's not too late. Tears suddenly fell from Sophia Taylor's eyes, but she smiled happily. Not late. Not at all. She reached out and took my hand. At that moment, I saw the number above her head jump from 78 to 85. Chapter 5. Since that night, Sophia Taylor and I officially started dating. To be honest, the transition from childhood friends to lovers was much more natural than I had imagined. We already knew each other well and had many shared topics. Now our relationship was just a bit more intimate. But at the same time, I also began to re-examine the people around me. With the favorability system, I discovered that interpersonal relationships are far more complicated than I imagined. For example, David Wong in our dorm has the number above his head. David Wong favorability, 72. This indicates that he sees me as more than just a roommate. He truly considers me a good friend. And Chris Lee, our class monitor, has the number Chris Lee favorability, 25. This is interesting. On the surface, he's very polite to me, always smiling, but in reality his impression of me is just average. What surprised me most was the counselor, Ms. Emma Taylor. Her number is Ms. Emma Taylor Favorability, 88. That number is unusually high, until I remembered that Ms. Emma Taylor is Sophia's cousin and has always cared about my relationship with Sophia. Now that we're together, of course she's happy. Just as I was basking in the sweetness of my new romance, Lily Anderson appeared. That day Sophia Taylor and I had just finished lunch in the cafeteria and were about to go to the library to study when Lily Anderson stopped us. "Ethan, can I talk to you alone?" Lily Anderson glanced at Sophia Taylor. There are some things that aren't appropriate to say in front of others. When Sophia Taylor heard the word others, her expression turned a bit sour, but she said nothing, only telling me, "I'll go wait for you in the library." After Sophia Taylor had walked away, Lily Anderson finally spoke. "Ethan, I heard you have a girlfriend?" "Yes." I nodded. "Is it her?" Lily Anderson pointed toward the direction Sophia Taylor had gone. "Yes." Lily Anderson frowned. "Ethan, aren't you being too hasty? Picking a girlfriend just to sulk is irresponsible to both of you." I was stunned for a moment. "What do you mean by sulking? You only did it because I rejected you, so you deliberately found another girl to provoke me, didn't you?" Lily Anderson said as if it were obvious. "I know you want me to see your charm, but this method is too childish." I could hardly believe my ears. Why is this girl's self-confidence so strong? "Lily Anderson, I think you've misunderstood," I said calmly. "I'm with Sophia. This has nothing to do with you." "How could it have nothing to do with me?" Lily Anderson widened her eyes. "You've liked me for 3 years. How could you just let go?" I glanced at the number above her head. Lily Anderson Favorability, 45. It dropped from 58 to 45 since the last time, which means she's even colder toward me. But now she seems to care a lot about me having a girlfriend, which is very strange. "Ethan, I admit I may have given you some misunderstanding before." Lily Anderson's tone softened. "But you have to understand my difficulties too. I'm about to have exams. I really don't have the energy for a relationship. When I'm done with this busy period, can we talk properly then?" I suddenly understood. Lily Anderson is now coming to me proactively, not because she suddenly realized how great I am, but because she discovered she'd lost a useful tool. She's about to take exams and needs someone to help her review, and I'm the most suitable candidate. But I now have a girlfriend, so I'm unlikely to be available on call like before. So she's panicking. "Lily Anderson, I don't think there's much for us to talk about." I shook my head. "If you need help, you can go to Ryan Smith." "How could Ryan possibly help me? He can't even help himself." Lily Anderson sounded agitated. "Ethan, what exactly do you want? Do you need me to make a clear statement?" "What statement?" "I could try dating you, but you have to break up with that girl first." I almost laughed out loud. This girl really is quite confident. She thinks she's some rare treasure, that I should give up my current happiness for her? "Sorry, I'm not interested in that proposal." I refused outright. Lily Anderson froze, clearly not expecting such a blunt refusal. "Ethan, are you serious?" she asked incredulously. "Are you really going to give up your chance with me for an ordinary girl? First of all, Sophia is not ordinary. She's at least much better than you," I said calmly. "Second, what kind of chance do you think being with you is?" "The chance to be treated as a free tutor." Lily Anderson's expression instantly turned sour. "Ethan, what do you mean by that?" "I mean exactly what I said. I don't want to be used by you anymore. When did I ever take advantage of you? Clearly what? Clearly that you're nice to me." I cut her off. "Lily Anderson, the only time you're nice to me is when you need my help. The rest of the time at school, when we run into each other, you don't even bother to say hello." Lily Anderson was left speechless by my words, because everything I said was the truth. "Ethan, I know I haven't done well before, but people can change." She tried to make amends. "Now I realize how important you are. Can't we start over?" I looked at her and suddenly felt a bit ridiculous. 3 months ago, if she had said this to me, I would have jumped up with excitement. But now, I only found her hypocritical. "Lily Anderson, do you know what it means to truly like someone?" I asked. "What do you mean?" "Truly liking someone means wanting them to be happy, not wanting them to serve you," I said seriously. "Sophia likes me, so she wants me to be happy, even if I used to like someone else. What you like is only the value I can provide you." After saying that, I turned and left. Lily Anderson's voice came from behind. "Ethan, you'll regret this." I didn't look back. Chapter 6. My relationship with Sophia Taylor is getting better and better. She really is a very thoughtful girlfriend, always attentive to my feelings and the little things. For example, she knows I don't like things that are too sweet, so when she buys me drinks, she specifically chooses sugar-free ones. She knew I tended to stay up late, so she would proactively message me to remind me to rest when I was studying too late. She also knew I preferred quiet environments, so we always chose places like libraries or parks for our dates, rather than noisy malls or movie theaters. More importantly, she never made unreasonable demands or asked me to do anything irrational for her. Through the favorability system, I could see that her feelings for me had been steadily growing. Week 1. Sophia Taylor favorability, 85, Week 2. Sophia Taylor favorability, 89, Week 3. Sophia Taylor favorability, 92. By the 4th week, her favorability had already reached 95, which falls into the category of deep love. And my feelings for her deepened even more during that time. At first, I thought I was only with her because I was moved, but after spending more time together, I found many virtues in her that I hadn't noticed before. She is very smart. Although she studies foreign languages, her grasp of logical thinking is in no way inferior to mine. She is very interesting, always able to tell something amusing when I feel bored. She is very strong and never cries or makes a fuss over trivial matters. When she faces difficulties, she always finds a way to solve them. She is also very kind, often participating in volunteer activities and helping those in need. Most importantly, she truly understands me. She knows my dream is to become an excellent programmer, so she always encourages me to learn new technologies. She knew I sometimes felt insecure because of my introverted personality, so she always affirmed my worth. She knew I wasn't good at expressing feelings, so she never pressured me to say those cheesy things. Being with her, I felt an unprecedented ease and comfort. Just as we'd been dating for a month, the school held a programming contest. I originally planned to participate alone, but Sophia Taylor volunteered to be my assistant. "Can you be of help?" I asked, somewhat worried. "This competition requires a lot of professional knowledge." "I can learn." Sophia Taylor smiled. "And I can help organize your thoughts and take notes on the key points. You just concentrate on writing the code." On the day of the competition, we arrived at the computer lab very early. Seeing the other contestants were all alone, only I had an assistant, some people cast strange looks my way. Among them were Lily Anderson and Ryan Smith. Yes, they were also participating in this competition, and Lily Anderson had even learned basic programming. It seemed she found a new teacher. "Ethan, I didn't expect you'd come too." Ryan Smith walked over to greet me, his tone somewhat provocative. "I heard you recently got a girlfriend?" I nodded, said nothing. "Is this your girlfriend?" Ryan Smith looked at Sophia Taylor. "From the foreign languages department? What can she do to help you?" His tone was very rude, implying Sophia Taylor was a burden. Sophia Taylor looked a little displeased, but she didn't argue. "She's my girlfriend. She doesn't need to prove anything to you," I replied coldly. Ryan Smith smiled. "Then let's see who performs better on the competition field." After the contest began, I found the questions were harder than I had imagined. This is a complex problem about data structures that requires many advanced algorithms. I was rapidly typing code on the keyboard, and Sophia Taylor was sitting beside me, quietly watching. After a while, she handed me a note. "Is there something wrong with the logic here?" I looked at the parts she pointed out and found that there was indeed a small mistake. If she hadn't pointed it out, I might have taken a long time to find that bug. "How did you figure it out?" I asked in surprise. "I don't know how to program, but I can understand logic," Sophia Taylor said softly. "The conditional check here doesn't match the design you had earlier." I changed the code following her hint, and the program indeed ran correctly. In the following period, Sophia Taylor continuously helped me check the logic, organize my thoughts, and even helped me solve some math problems. Although she doesn't understand programming, her help was indeed very useful. In the end, we won the competition in first place. Meanwhile, Lily Anderson and Ryan Smith only placed fifth. At the award ceremony, the host asked me, "Ethan, what do you think was the key to winning this time?" I glanced at Sophia Taylor beside me and answered without hesitation, "Teamwork. One person's strength is limited, but when two people cooperate, they can achieve results beyond expectations." When Sophia Taylor heard my words, a happy light flashed in her eyes. I looked at the number above her head. Sophia Taylor affection. 98, already very close to a perfect score. After the contest, when we walked out of the computer room, we happened to run into Lily Anderson. She stood alone in the hallway, looking a bit dejected. "Ethan, She called out to me. Sophia Taylor said tactfully, "I'll wait for you downstairs." After Sophia Taylor walked away, Lily Anderson finally spoke. "Congratulations, you've won the championship." "Thank you. It seems she really did help you a lot." Lily Anderson looked in the direction Sophia Taylor had left. I admit I underestimated her before. I didn't speak, waiting for what she would say next. "Ethan, I've figured it out." Lily Anderson took a deep breath. "I'm really not a good partner. I'm too selfish, always thinking about my own interests." This was the first time she had faced herself so honestly. "If you can realize that, it means you still have the possibility to change," I said. "But it's too late." Lily Anderson said with a wry smile, "I've missed you, and I've missed the chance to become a better version of myself." I glanced at the number above her head. Lily Anderson affection, 38, a bit lower than before. It has now fallen into the stranger category. This indicates her interest in me is disappearing completely. Maybe that's for the best for both of us. "Lily Anderson, we should actually be grateful for this experience," I said earnestly. "You made me understand what it means to truly like someone, and I helped you discover your true self." Lily Anderson nodded. "Ethan, I wish you happiness." After saying that, she turned and walked away. I knew this would probably be our last conversation. Chapter 7. In the second semester of my junior year, I began preparing for the graduate entrance exam. Sophia Taylor had originally planned to look for a job, but when she learned I was going to take the exam, she decided to take it too. "You don't need to change your plans for me." I felt a little guilty. Preparing for the exam is very hard. "I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself," Sophia Taylor said with a smile. "I want to become better so I can be worthy of you. You are already excellent. Then be a little more excellent." We made a detailed study plan, going to the library together every day, eating together, and discussing problems together. Although our majors are different, we can supervise and encourage each other. During my review, I encountered some difficulties. Some advanced calculus problems were particularly complex. I worked on them for a long time without any idea. Sophia Taylor, although a humanities student, has a unique ability to analyze problems. "Try thinking about it from a different angle," she said, pointing at the problem. "What is the essence of this issue?" Inspired by her, I was often able to find the key to solving problems. And when she had difficulty with English translation, I would help her analyze the grammatical structure and understand the meaning of the original text. We helped each other like this and progressed together. That period was the most fulfilling time of my university life. Although the academic pressure was intense, being with Sophia Taylor made me feel incredibly happy. One night, we walked out of the library and strolled along a path on campus. "Ethan, what do you think will happen to us in the future?" Sophia Taylor suddenly asked. "What do you mean, what will happen?" "I mean, will we be together forever?" I stopped, looked at her seriously. "Do you want to be together forever?" "Yes." Sophia Taylor nodded. "Ever since we were kids, I've wanted to be with you always." I took her hand. "Then we'll be together forever. But what about after the graduate entrance exam? We might go to different cities." "Then we'll go to the same city." "What if we can't go to the same city?" "Then we'll do long distance and figure it out after graduation." Sophia Taylor smiled. "You think too simply." "Love should be simple," I said seriously. "If two people truly love each other, there is no difficulty they cannot overcome." There was a trace of moisture in Sophia Taylor's eyes. "Ethan, I love you." This was the first time she had said the 3 words, "I love you," to me. I glanced at the number above her head. Sophia Taylor affection, 100, a perfect score. It meant her love for me had reached its peak. "I love you too," I replied. At that moment, I suddenly understood what true love really is. It is not torrential passion nor agonizing pain, but two people facing life together, growing together, and becoming better together. The days leading up to the graduate entrance exams drew near day by day. Sophia Taylor and I both applied to schools in Los Angeles. She chose the University of Southern California, and I chose Stanford University. Although we weren't at the same school, we were both in Los Angeles, so we could stay together. A month before exams, we entered the final sprint. Every day, aside from eating and sleeping, we studied. The pressure was intense, but we supported each other. One day I was so exhausted that I fell asleep with my head on the desk. When I woke up, I found Sophia Taylor had draped a coat over me, while she herself was shivering from the cold beside me. "Why didn't you wake me?" I asked, heart aching. "I saw you were too tired and wanted you to sleep a little longer," Sophia Taylor said with a smile. I took off my coat and draped it over her. Don't do this again. Your health matters too. Got it. Sophia Taylor nodded obediently. During those postgraduate entrance exam days, we encouraged each other and cheered each other on. Although the exam halls weren't the same, we agreed to text each other after every exam to let the other know we were okay. After the exam, we all felt we had done well. But the results wouldn't be released for a few months, so we could only wait patiently during that time. During winter break, we went back home. Sophia Taylor's mother prepared a table full of dishes and invited our whole family to her house for dinner. At the dining table, both parents expressed their approval of our relationship. Sophia has been sensible since she was little. Ethan, you must cherish her, said Sophia Taylor's mother. Auntie, don't worry, I definitely will, I replied earnestly. My mom also said, Ethan is lucky to have found a girlfriend like Sophia. Seeing the two families happily together, I felt incredibly warm. This is the life I want. Simple, real, and happy. Chapter 8. On the day the postgraduate exam results were announced, Sophia Taylor and I were both very nervous. We agreed to check the results together and support each other no matter the outcome. I felt mixed emotions when I saw my score. I scored 398 points, above Stanford University's computer science cutoff, but not exceptionally high. Sophia Taylor did better. She scored 425 points, well above the University of Southern California's cutoff. Great! We both got in, Sophia Taylor exclaimed, hugging me excitedly. I'm happy too, but at the same time I have some worries. With Sophia Taylor's grades, she could easily choose a better school, like Harvard University. Sophia, have you considered switching schools? I asked tentatively. With your scores, you should have a lot of options. Why would I switch? Sophia Taylor looked at me puzzled. USC is great, and it's close to Stanford anyway. I'm worried you'll regret it. After all, Harvard does have a bigger name. Sophia Taylor laughed. Ethan, are you thinking I'm too vain? A school's reputation is important, but what's more important is what suits you. And besides, she paused, then said, I chose the University of Southern California so I could be with you. If I went to another city, our relationship might run into trouble. I was moved by her honesty. For the sake of our relationship, she would rather choose a relatively more ordinary school. Sophia, I don't deserve you sacrificing so much for me. This isn't a sacrifice, Sophia Taylor said seriously. This is a choice. I choose love. I choose you. This is my own decision. I glanced at the number above her head. It was still 100. Her love for me never changed because of any external factor. In September, we went to Los Angeles together. Although we weren't at the same school, the distance between the two campuses wasn't far, a half-hour subway ride. We agreed to meet at least 3 times a week and kept in touch by phone and WeChat. Graduate school life is busier than undergraduate life, and the academic pressure is greater. But we all adapted well, and our relationships remained stable. Sophia Taylor thrived at the University of Southern California, where her gift for languages was fully realized. Not only did she excel academically, but she also took part in many international exchange activities and made quite a few foreign friends. I was also making good progress at Stanford, working with my advisor on several interesting projects and publishing 2 papers. Our lives were each vibrant in their own ways, yet closely intertwined. One day, Sophia Taylor told me she had been offered an exchange opportunity to study in Paris. The program is for a year. If I go, we'll be apart for a year. She hesitated a little. Do you think I should go? To be honest, I felt very reluctant, but I knew this was a great opportunity for her. Do you want to go? I asked. I want to, but I can't bear to leave you. Sophia Taylor answered honestly. Then go. I forced my voice to sound casual. A year will pass quickly, and with how advanced communication is now, we can video chat often. Are you really not bothered? Of course I'm bothered, but I want you to seize this opportunity. I said earnestly, if you truly love someone, you should support them in pursuing a better future, even if it means temporary separation. There were tears in Sophia Taylor's eyes. Ethan, thank you for understanding me so much. We are one. If you are well, I am well. In the end, Sophia Taylor decided to go to Paris for an exchange program. The day before she left, we said goodbye at Los Angeles International Airport. Take care of yourself, eat on time, and don't stay up late all the time, Sophia Taylor said as she wiped away tears. You too, be careful abroad, and contact me promptly if anything happens. I will miss you. I will miss you too. Watching her figure disappear at the boarding gate, my heart felt empty. But I know this separation is temporary. True love can withstand the test of time and distance. Chapter 9. After Sophia Taylor went to Paris, we video called every day. Because of the time difference, it was usually evening here and afternoon there. Although we couldn't meet in person, through video, I could see her life in Paris. She lived in a very beautiful small town, and the school's environment was also very good. She learned some French and made friends from all over the world. Watching her become more and more outgoing and confident, I was genuinely happy for her. But at the same time, I also began to worry about one thing. She was exposed to a broader world in Paris. Would she think a shut-in like me wasn't good enough for her? That worry was confirmed during a phone call. That day, Sophia Taylor excitedly told me she had met a very interesting French guy. His name is Marcus Schmidt. He studies philosophy and speaks with great depth. Today, we went to an art museum together. He told me a lot about art history. I listened as she talked at length about that boy, and the feeling in my chest kept getting worse. He also invited me to a concert this weekend, supposedly a very famous symphony orchestra. Are you going? I tried to make my voice sound calm. Of course I'm going. Opportunities like this are rare. Sophia Taylor said as if it were obvious, and Marcus said he can introduce me to more friends. After ending the video call, I sank into deep anxiety. I began to doubt my own charm and whether our relationship could withstand the test. Marcus is French, with a different cultural background, and can bring Sophia Taylor fresh experiences. And I'm just an ordinary American STEM guy who can't do anything except program. This feeling of insecurity left me unsettled for the next few days. But I didn't express this worry to Sophia Taylor because I didn't want to be a petty boyfriend. A week later, Sophia Taylor brought up Marcus on her own. Ethan, I need to tell you something. She looked somewhat serious. My heart immediately rose to my throat. What happened? Marcus confessed to me. I felt like the sky was falling. And then I turned him down. Sophia Taylor laughed. I told him I have a boyfriend, and we're very much in love. I let out a long sigh of relief. You weren't moved? Of course not. Sophia Taylor looked at me strangely. Why would I be? Because he can give you different experiences, can take you to see a broader world. Ethan, have you lost confidence in yourself? Sophia Taylor looked at me seriously. In my heart, no one can take your place. Marcus is indeed excellent, but he is not you. But I'm just an ordinary programmer. You're not ordinary. Sophia Taylor interrupted me. At least in my eyes, you are unique. And true love isn't loving someone because they're excellent. It's because you love them that you see them as excellent. Her words completely reassured me. I looked at the number above her head. It was still 100. Even separated by thousands of miles, even with other outstanding boys pursuing her, her love for me did not diminish in the slightest. Sophia, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have doubted you. It's okay. Long-distance relationships naturally make people worry. Sophia Taylor said understandingly. But I want you to believe that no matter where I go or who I meet, my heart belongs to only you. At that moment, I felt like the happiest man in the world. In the days that followed, I no longer worried or felt anxious. I focused on my own research while sharing the little details of daily life with Sophia Taylor every day. Her life in Paris was indeed wonderful, and she would always show me where she'd been, the people she'd met, and what she'd learned in our video calls. She treated me as her closest companion, sharing every important moment of her life. I also worked hard to make myself better, hoping that when she returned, she would see an improved version of me. I joined my advisor on more projects, published more papers, and even started learning some new programming languages. I also learned to cook, hoping that when she came back, she could taste the dishes I made with my own hands. Time passed quickly, and the one-year exchange study period was about to end. Sophia Taylor told me her return date over the phone, and I was so excited I nearly jumped up. I've already booked the car to pick you up and prepared your favorite flowers. I said excitedly. Ethan, actually I have something to discuss with you. Sophia Taylor's tone suddenly became hesitant. What is it? The supervisor in Paris invited me to stay and do a PhD. If I agree, I'll have to stay here for another 3 years. My mood plummeted to rock bottom in an instant. Chapter 10. When I heard that Sophia Taylor might stay in Paris for another 3 years, my first reaction was to oppose it. 3 years. That would mean a long-distance relationship for 3 years. Moreover, 3 years from now, when she finishes her doctorate and I need to find a job, our life paths could be completely different. But I forced myself to calm down. This really is a rare opportunity for Sophia Taylor. Doctoral education in Paris is of very high quality and will greatly benefit her future development. I cannot, out of selfishness, prevent her from pursuing a better future. Do you want to stay? I try to make my voice sound calm. I do, but I can't bear to leave you. Sophia Taylor's voice was a little choked. Ethan, I know this is unfair to you. Making you wait for me for 3 years was too much. Not all. I said seriously. If this is what you want, I support you. But 3 years is so long. I'm afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid you won't wait that long. Afraid you'll meet a better girl. I couldn't help but laugh. Sophia, did you forget? I have a superpower. What superpower? I can see other people's affection towards me. I joked. So far, no one's affection has surpassed yours. Of course, I couldn't tell her about the system. It was just a well-intentioned lie. Really? Sophia Taylor wiped away her tears and smiled. Really? And I think that if our relationship can't survive a 3-year long-distance period, then our fate has run its course. But if we can hold on, our bond will be even stronger. Sophia Taylor was silent for a moment, then said, Ethan, are you really willing to wait for me for 3 years? I'm willing to wait for you my whole life. I answered without hesitation. In the end, Sophia Taylor decided to stay in Paris to pursue a PhD. Although it was hard to let go, I knew it was the right choice. She stayed in the country for a month, and we spent a wonderful time together. Then she returned to Paris and began her doctoral studies. This time at parting, we were both more mature. We made a detailed plan for keeping in touch, scheduling weekly video calls at fixed times to share our lives. I continued my graduate studies, and she began her doctoral research. Although separated by thousands of miles, we could both feel each other's support and encouragement. During those 3 years, I encountered many temptations. A senior female student proactively asked me out to eat, classmates introduced girlfriends to me, and even a female colleague at the company showed interest in me. Through the favorability system, I can clearly see how they feel about me. Some people's favorability even reaches above 70, which shows they genuinely like me. But whenever I see those numbers, I think of the permanent 100 above Sophia Taylor's head. No one can compare to her. Sophia Taylor encountered a similar situation in Paris. She told me that many excellent young men chased after her, including some French PhD students and professors. But she turned them all down one by one. I already have the best boyfriend in the world, so why would I consider anyone else? She said with a smile in the video. 3 years is neither particularly long nor particularly short. I successfully obtained my master's degree and found a good job. Sophia Taylor was also about to finish her doctoral dissertation. We agreed that after she earned her PhD, she would return to our country, and we would officially begin the next stage of our lives. On the day of her doctoral graduation ceremony, I specially took leave and flew to Paris to attend. Watching her stand on the stage in her academic gown, I felt immensely proud. This is my girlfriend, an excellent, independent woman with aspirations. After the ceremony, we walked together on the streets of Paris. Ethan, thank you for waiting for me for 3 years. Sophia Taylor held my hand tightly. Silly, didn't we agree to be together for life? I said with a smile. What do we do next? Next, I stopped walking, took a small box out of my pocket. I want to do this. I knelt on one knee and opened the box. Inside was a diamond ring. Sophia, will you marry me? Passers-by all stopped to watch us, and some began to applaud. Sophia Taylor covered her mouth, tears streaming down her face. I do, she answered loudly. I put the ring on her, then stood up and hugged her. At that moment, I saw the number above her head change into a special symbol, infinity infinity. This meant that her love for me had exceeded the system's capacity to calculate. It was truly infinite. We held a simple ceremony in Paris, then returned to the United States together. After coming back, we quickly held the formal wedding. Both families were very happy, and friends all sent their blessings. David Wong said in his wedding speech, Ethan, you're the luckiest man I've ever seen, because you found someone who truly loves you. Life after the wedding was calm, but very happy. We bought a small house in Los Angeles and started a new life. Sophia Taylor found a job as a translator, and I was doing the technical work I loved at an internet company. We didn't have much money, but we had each other, and that was enough. One night, we sat on the balcony watching stars. Ethan, do you remember the things from college? Sophia Taylor suddenly asked. Which things? The thing about you chasing Lily Anderson. I laughed. Of course I remember. I was so childish back then. Actually, I've always been very grateful to her, Sophia Taylor said. Why? If she hadn't turned you down, you might never have noticed me. Sophia Taylor leaned on my shoulder. So in a way, she's our benefactor. I pulled her close. Either way, we ended up together, and that's the best outcome. Yeah, that's the best outcome. We stayed like that, leaning against each other and watching the stars, our hearts full of hope for the future. The favorability system changed my life, letting me see what true love is and what kind of relationship is truly worth cherishing. And Sophia Taylor, the girl who grew up with me, with her sincerity and persistence, became the most important person in my life. Now we have our own home and a future that belongs to us. Although life will still bring various challenges and difficulties, as long as we are together, there is nothing we cannot overcome. This is our story, a tale of waiting, perseverance, and true love.